Okay, so here's a short overview of the whole systems thinking course. First, we start with module 1, where we define our systems challenge. So our systems challenge has to do with education. Then we evaluated the challenge that we have to see if it's complex enough to apply systems thinking to it. So because our topic was complex enough, then we went on to module 2. So let's say this is the system, right? We don't think that it's in a good position right now, which is why we then define the near star and the guiding star. And the idea is to get the system towards the near star and towards the guiding star eventually, sometime in the future. So once we've defined where we want the system to go, then we move on to module 3. And in module 3, let's say this is the system, we identified some of the factors that enable it to move near the star and some of the factors that inhibit it to move away from the star. So for each enabler and each inhibitor, we came up with a few causes that cause the enabler and a few effects that result as a cause of the enabler happening. So we broke it down into structural, attitudinal, and transactional kind of causes and factors. So let's say these are each of the factors that we came up with that cause this enabler to happen, right? So we take these factors and put them into loops in module 4. So in module 4, we try to see how the factors influence each other into loops, and we also determine if this loop is a vicious loop, a virtuous loop, stagnating or stabilizing loop. So a loop is bad, vicious, if it pulls the system away from the star, and a loop is virtuous if it moves the system nearer to the star. Okay, so the last meeting we had, we were doing module 5, and in module 5 what we were doing is we came up with a couple of loops thanks to Lewis and Hypno and Gabriel and Sullivan, and we tried to integrate all of these loops into one big loop. So module 5 is to integrate all the loops into one big story that then we can tell other people in module 6 to validate this. So the point of telling other people this is to see if this is a good enough story to explain what's happening in the system right now, and to see if there's any gaps in the loops that we have come up with and our understanding of it. So after we talk to people, which is what we should be doing for this week and next week, after we talk to the people, we are supposed to improve on the loop if we think there's improvement, if there's good insights from other people. And then in the last module, in module 7, that's when we find the leverages. Okay, we find the leverages in module 7 because before we find the leverages, we want to know if this loop is something that is true. So we are talking to people to find out more about this because we want them to validate whether this is true. It's something like MVP, where you see if this is validated. So they call it a minimum validated loop or something like that. And if it's validated, then we start finding the leverages because we want to define the system based on something that is real. So one more week, and then we are done with the course.